Hi all, I'm Dr. Trisha Peach, host of the Kidmin.Ninja, and I got back not too long back, just a few days actually, from CPC26. I had a wonderful time. Let me tell you, it was so hard to get off that plane in Appleton, Wisconsin, because it was 80 when I left and 20 when I landed. So today we're at a balmy 22, and it should cool off quite a bit by Saturday, because it's going to drop down to 2. So I like having lists of things I liked and things I didn't quite like, and this was the first year at a brand new venue. So a lot of people were wondering what that was going to be like, how we were going to like that. So I'm going to tell you my opinion. This is my opinion, the good, the bad, and I don't even think there was any ugly. So, but for the good stuff from CPC 26, and you know I love CPC. It's my favorite conference. So number one, the weather. And I know that the organizers do not have any control over the weather. It was kind of cold last year. They have no control over that at all, but they must have been praying really hard, praying extra, because it was 80 every day. It was beautiful. It was sunny. I don't even think we had any rain. I ate outside every meal. I do love that it's in Orlando, because for some of us, it is a wonderful getaway, especially in January. It's just a wonderful getaway in January to refresh. Number two, I really liked the new venue. Please give your opinion, drop it down below. I'd love to hear what you think. I know there's probably a few people who disagree with me. I loved the new venue for a couple reasons. One, we had much larger rooms than we've ever had at Disney. And the balcony, oh my goodness, I had a balcony overlooking the golf course, and the balcony, so beautiful. I had chairs out there, I sat out there a lot. But sometimes I just kept the door to the balcony open just for that beautiful Florida fresh air, you know? It was awesome. I also liked the service people that worked there. All of the staff were wonderful. They were so courteous to me. I thought it was a really great facility, and I had a lot less walking. My hotel room was right above where everything was taking place. So when we were at Disney, I felt like I'd walked 15 miles to get to the large group. So who knows? Anyway, I liked the venue. I thought it was great. I thought it was beautiful. Number three, the schedule. I thought the schedule was very well balanced. We had so many options. There was so much packed into that, but not so much that I felt just stressed or rushed. I really thought the schedule was well done. They put a lot of thought and planning, and just so you know, they look at those reviews every year. They look at what you put in, the comments you put in, and they think about that for the next year. So if you're thinking, oh, should I fill out that survey afterward? Yes, you should. Absolutely. Number four, the amazing speakers. I always love their speakers at CPC. And again, Beth Guckenberger, oh my goodness, she's so amazing. I took so many notes. I always feel refreshed, spiritually fed. I feel like we met with God every one of those services. It's when you get what you need and you didn't even know you needed it. All right? That you're there for a reason. There's no coincidences. I loved what Beth said the first day. She said, this isn't a conference, this is Bible camp. Your Bible camp for kids ministry leaders. And that's what it felt like. We were being refreshed and just ministered to. It was awesome. Number five, the prayer room. Oh, shout out to my buddy Leanne. Leanne, you did such a great job with that prayer room this year. I love that it was a sensory experience. There was something for sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. I went through that prayer room. It was so great. And I hope people really made use of that. And I hope they have that next year, because it's so great. After the services, you could go in there and get someone to pray for you. Or you could just go pray by yourself if you wanted to. But great prayer room experience. Number 6, the food options. Okay. Disney had some at the resort. The years before that, we were at the Carib. That we had very limited food options, and it was hard to get food and still make the next breakout session. This place seemed to have quite a few food options. I loved the Chinese buffet personally, but they'd had a lot of great food options. I was happy, and my friends, some of them went nearby to Red Robin or some of the other things they found, Panera. But on site, you could eat at the Italian buffet, Chinese buffet, American buffet. They had grab and go stations. You still have to pay, by the way. Yeah, and they had a lot of different options. I went to the deli that was there. I did not try out the Japanese sushi place. That needs to be on my list. And by the way, it is going to be at the same location next year. So CPC27 will be at the Omni in Championsgate, and I plan to be there. I hope to be there. It was wonderful. The other thing I really loved was surprises. Things that I don't think they advertised that just happened that were so cool. One of which was all of a sudden Go Fish is singing on the stage, and they did a new song of theirs. They did a song that we all knew, My God is So Big, So Strong, and So Mighty, and of course we're all jumping in and doing it with them. And then they did a new song, and then we got to meet them. They were hanging out in the resource center, the actual Go Fish. Oh my gosh. And then a different day, I'm in the resource center, and they said, Mike Naraki's here. He's the voice of Larry from VeggieTales. Yes, I ran over there, got in line, got him to sign a book, and he even did a personal message to my son, which was so awesome. So surprises, I think surprises are great. Yes, keep the surprises, please. All right, and I only could think of 3 things that I really wish I could change. And it's just, again, my opinion. Number 1, some of the places were tough to find, and that could be because we're new there. We don't know the layout yet, but my roommates were trying to go to one of the late night parties. They were going to the Project Go birthday party, I think is what it was called, and there was an absolute ton of cake out there. So they went all over. We're not finding signs. They went to the whole wrong area. And then when they finally found it, they said they were some of only a few that found it. So they were wishing that more people knew about it and where to find it exactly, because they thought it was confusing trying to find the late night party. Number 2, nobody can control this. I'm not blaming anybody. There was a time where all the card readers went down resort-wide. It happens. Those tech demons are strong. The frustration was, I don't know about you, but I don't carry that kind of cash with me. And it was lunchtime, and I'm like, what in the world am I going to get to eat when now everything is cash only? Now, the staff were wonderful. They just kept apologizing, wanting to make it right. And I know by later in the afternoon, they did get them all up and running and fixed. And you can't always think of everything. They had tested all the card readers before we got there. It happens, and it was only for a few hours on the one day. And I thought, man, I rely too much on these things. I just never carry that kind of cash with me. And it wasn't the whole time. I had just really wanted the buffet that day, and that was not going to happen. But I found food somewhere else. Somebody shared some with me. Very nice. It was Caesar salad. And then I came back the next day and got the Chinese buffet when the card readers were up and running. Okay. And 3, we have this every year. I've got longtime friends that I meet up with there, Leanne, many of you guys that I love to meet, Christy, and we are so busy doing breakouts and all of that that we can't even sit down together at any time. So it's just a thought. I really, really wish there would be a meal or a meetup for breakout speakers, or I don't know, seasoned leaders. That might just be something I need to make happen, but our schedules are pretty busy while we're there. But Leanne, Christy, all my other friends, I'd love it if we could get together and have a meal together next year. So, you know, they're really good friends of mine, and we see each other in the hall and we give a hug and goodbye, and we have to run for the next thing. But I miss you guys. Leanne suggested like online Zoom meetups. I'm game for that. I'm definitely game for that. All right, those were the good, the bad, and no ugly from this year's CPC. Please tell me what you thought. Please comment down below. I am curious. What did you like? What didn't you like? What do you wish would be there next year? I thought it was great. I came back refreshed and really excited. So please comment your experience down below. And we love you guys. Thank you for what you do for Jesus and his kids. I'll see you next week on the Kidman.Ninja. All right, bye.